I'm Kerry Brett, and this is Shot at Love. Today we are filming at Kimpton Marlowe Hotel, and we have the guests from Love on the Spectrum, Tina and Pari, and we're going to talk about finding love on the rails when we come back. I'm Kerry Brett, and this is Shot at Love. Today we have Pari and Tina from Love on the Spectrum with us today, and they're going to share their tips for finding love. And I'm so excited to have you guys here. Thanks for being here. So, Pari, you're the Purple Tea Princess of the MBTA, and Tina, you're a disability advocate and for autism and CVI, and also a recent Mass Art graduate, as I went to school there as well, and a talented photographer. And I want to hear all about your lives. Everyone is obsessed with you guys. It's amazing. The show's amazing. You guys were so great. How did you both end up on the show?
For me, it was after watching season 2 of the Australian one that it said on the screen at the end, now filming in the US, so go and maybe go to this site and apply to be a cast member on the US show. And I literally after the show, I was up in my parents' house, so or the flat. I don't know exactly how to describe it. So I ran downstairs after it. I yelled, before going downstairs, I'm going to be on this thing. And then I ran downstairs, found where I needed to applied. And then I guess I thought it was a scam at first because I did not realize. I was like, t- um, they did not, what's it called? They did not contact me for season 1, nor season 2. So I was like, "Is this a scam? Did they ghost me? Is this a real thing? What is going on?" So then I realized, but then one day, last 2 May in 2023, May, the or something, it started in May or 2023, they had me go through the interview process and figure out. I first did the interview pro 2 years after that, and then 3 years after, or I forget, I think I don't remember the process, but I remember just last May getting a call from one of the directors, Sean, and he called me and said, "Do you wanna be on the show?" I was like, "Yes." I did not know what this thing was, I thought it was a scam, but I'm glad that you guys finally called me back,
That's awesome.
and now I'm on this wild ride with Perry.
That's amazing. So, Pari, how did you get on the show?
So for me, basically, what happened was, well, I've seen it before, and I know my cousins and aunt introduced it to me, and I was always thinking, I wish I could be on. And like people have told me, like, you'd be so good on Love on the Spectrum, but I didn't know when I could actually get on. But I think it was early last year, a friend of mine who's in the tea musical, Megan Paluzzi on Instagram, she sent me a link to the casting call, and there was an email where you can email the producers and set up an interview to apply. So I did just that, and the interview went very well. They seemed to really like my energy. And then a minute after we were done, like they literally called back the next like minute and said, like, we like what we see and we want to continue to the next step. And the rest is history.
That's right. Well, I think it's amazing. I think you guys are really brave. I think a lot of people would be very afraid to go on a reality show. Were you guys nervous at all?
Not really, cause my reaction of screaming down this to my parents before I exited the door to go downstairs to my apartment was, "I'm gonna be on this thing."
Right. You
So
manifested it.
I was kinda nervous, but I'm not really nervous because I actually went to 2 autism camps. It's no longer exists, sadly, or it was autism as well as different disabilities that had social you could not have they had social issues around having conversations. So it was a Pacific camp called Drama Play, that was specifically for filming and learning to be on set
Right.
So they would basically give us a script, and it was basically an acting camp. It was amazing. We were basically on set all the time, or waiting behind set to go on to set during camp, and it just really, when I was ready, when I learned about Love on the Spectrum, I knew I could be in front of the camera
Right.
because of this camp.
Right. You knew it. Well, I think this is the interesting thing to me. So when people are trying to find love and date, they can't put themselves out there. Perry, you say that you live your life unapologetically.
Exactly.
And I think there's a lot to be learned, but for a lot to be learned by that, for sure. And then the good thing about one of the great things about Tina is that Tina just rolls with anything. She just goes with the flow. And I think people get in their heads and they can't just be themselves, and you guys can. And I think everybody on the show can. What do you think about that? Like, do you ever question the choices that you make? I mean, I saw you on Instagram and you were singing at Harvard Square. You just put yourself out there. How do you do that? It's amazing.
Thank you. Well, I'm just kind of, be unapologetically myself and don't worry about I'll do what I feel excited to do and just whatever I'm feeling in that moment. Like
Mhm.
yesterday, I was with some buskers and they had some friends taking turns singing and playing guitar. And I was like, can I sing a song? They're like, sure. And gave me the mic and they looked up the music and the chords online and tried to follow along. So it just felt natural and it was a lot
Right.
of fun. So
Well, I think the energy, you mentioned the energy, and I feel like you willed it, Tina, where you're like, I'm ready. I've gone to this camp and I'm going to put myself out there. I think you guys were born with this magical ability to just shine so brightly and not be afraid. And I think fear is a big thing. You didn't have any fear.
not really.
That's
Was
amazing.
I know sometimes I was more anxious, am I doing this right? But not not stage fright. I
Right.
was just really excited.
How was it with the cameras in front of you all the time?
It was much different from camp because we had it where it was just basically a family video camera in our face all the time because they did not have the money like Love on the Spectrum and big productions of movies and stuff and TV shows. But I think it was a little different, but I also felt like it was okay because it just was, for me at least, I just need to be looking at her, that
Right.
which they wanted me to do, so it was just very easy that I had a target, and I just would get in conversation with her and forget about the fact that I was on the show. How about you, Perry?
Yeah, I kind of just do the thing though it and try to act as natural as possible as if the cameras aren't there. But sometimes other people go and they'll say, what is this for? Are you on the news? And then it's here they are, the camera crew, the huge boom mics. I think that's what they're called, and all the equipment, and people are just staring, wondering what's going on, but we can't tell. So it's we have to make something up.
Right. Right. Well, I remember, Tina, you were quiet. You were really quiet. You weren't you really yourself, I feel like, because you're not quiet.
I know. My first scene on Love on the Spectrum, I was begging them to give me a visual description because I am blind slash visually impaired.
Mhm.
I did not know if I was looking at tablecloth or Perry, to be honest.
Right.
So I was literally, because I talked to some of my friends that also know more about cortical cerebral vision, remember, they were like, you were searching the room to find where you needed to go. The first
Mhm.
scene. So I was basically just lost looking for the thing, and I realized the purple thing in the room was Perry.
Right.
So it was just really funny because they made me go on a double blind date because they did not tell me first.
That's what I'm saying, like, this is nerve-wracking because of all the distractions around you.
It's also because CBI, we do not do well with clutter. So the room was already very cluttered with tons of tables, tons of chairs, tons of, we were already at the, so I just did not know where Perry was in the room because they
Right.
didn't give me a description of her.
Right, and you really couldn't see her.
No.
So do you think Love is Blind then?
Why does it sound like the name of a show? Wait, is that a show?
Yeah, this is where Love is Blind and Love on the Spectrum and Shot
Wait,
at
so that
Love.
is a real one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I knew it sounded familiar.
Yeah.
But does it
Maybe.
is it
Right.
literally star like blind people and PO visual and
No,
impairment?
no, they keep you in a separate
Oh,
room.
like, that would be cool to actually do one, like, for actual, like, blind and, yeah, vision impaired people. I think
Yeah.
that would be cool. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
So
everyone deserves love.
Exactly.
And this is the other piece about the two of you that I find really interesting is that you love trains and
Mhm.
Tina loves photography and you have differences, but you embrace each other's quirks or things that you can't live without. I mean, you
Mhm.
can't live without trains,
Mhm.
Perry. That's who you are,
Yep.
and everything is gonna be terrific, and that's the
Yep.
way. Um, do you and I know that you, Tina, won people's hearts because you avoided gluten.
Yep.
But that was so nice. So I feel like people don't look for kindness.
Mhm.
And as someone who has been in the dating space for 10 years, I have the things that bring people together and have them stay together. And from what I see on the show, and this is what my opinion, always somehow overcome all the hard things, but you always are optimistic. Like, what is that? Is that an autism thing or
I think it's a disability thing.
okay, explain that.
I think it's a disability thing because I have found so many friends online. I have friends that are blind in Melbourne, Australia, Adelaide. I have some other friends in Germany, maybe. I don't know. I have not looked. I think I have a blind friend in Germany. I have a couple of different disabilities, including blindness. I have one in Vancouver. They all disabled people come into this life where we have to work 10 times harder than able-bodied people.
Mhm.
And when we have to come over adversity, we almost become sometimes, which I hate, become inspiration porn because it's like we're doing something that other people can do easily.
Right.
And it's just kind of it makes me sad that people sometimes see us in this light, but sometimes it's beautiful. Just some of us just have to figure it's always because we have to work 10 times harder than other people, or they might not think. At some friends that I know are amputees or have mobility issues are adaptive athletes, and um they I know a friend of mine who has I know a couple of friends who's hand cycled the New York Marathon. I have a friend that has scoliosis who got to get the whole surgery. His back and all, and has done 40 marathons.
Right.
As well as some amputees who just run marathons for fun, like my friend Cedric.
Right. Right.
So it just is all it's all about mindset in the disability community, but also that we just want to also be looked at as humans sometimes.
Right. But I think
Perry, what do you think?
yeah, go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, I think yeah, well, for me, I mean, can't speak for everyone else, but for me, I feel like it just well, part of it could have been the influences ever since I was young. I always loved watching like fairy tale and fantasy movies like Barbie and Disney princess films where they live happily ever after and all the dreams come true. And I think if they can do it, why can't I? So I always like want to believe there's a happy ending, even though life can be tough. And I've gone through a lot of like hardships and struggles, but it's like if we are constantly negative, we'll never get anything done and we'll stay depressed. So it's like I gotta get out there and live my life and do what makes me happy. And
Right.
that and I'm not a quitter. I don't give up, even though some people say you're stubborn or just let it go for crazy things. Like if I want something done, I
Yes.
find a way to achieve it. Like I want to go for my dreams. I don't care what people say. I'm going to do it and
Right.
achieve it
That's
somehow.
amazing. But I think people when they're dating, they hold themselves back and they hold on to limiting beliefs, which you just gave a bunch of examples, Tina, where your friends are doing all these they're not allowing their disability to hold them back at all. And so there's people
I wish dating was like that. I think some people with that are able-bodied, that are not autistic, might not have disabilities, that they're more self-conscious about themselves and
Mhm.
what society wants from them. But as being disabled and learning from my disabled friends with other disabilities is that we just want to have a good time. We have already exposed ourselves in different ways. In different ways, we do some conversations and we start talking and maybe disability comes up. We're already pretty out there. Like you
Right.
as a disabled person right now living in the US, especially, you just have to be very open, even with
Mhm.
invisible disabilities. Like you have to scream on the train like today, "Hey, I'm disabled. Can I have a seat?"
Right.
Like I have to scream that. I
Mhm.
wish I did not have to scream that.
But you have learned to put yourself out
Yeah.
there and, like, you got your Charlie pass,
Yeah.
and is that what it's called? For
Charlie cars.
Charlie card. See? I pay attention. But that is amazing, and I think people just hold themselves back by coming up with excuses of why they can't do it.
So Perry, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I know things can be tough, and of course, if you have like disabilities, your life's going to be much different than if you don't. You have
Right.
your own struggles and challenges, but it doesn't mean your life's ruined or a lost cause. Like, there's still hope, and you can still find a way to achieve your dreams. There's a quote I forgot who said, but it's like something like find a way to reach onto the stars, or even if you have to like latch onto them differently, like there's a way somehow.
Oh, I love that. But
Thank you.
I think this show is so successful because you bear it all. You really show everything. Like you said, this is who I am. You have to take me or leave me
Yep.
because this is I can't change and I have these limitations or whatever. But that just pulls the audience in so close, and we find ourselves just rooting for you. Like, we're like, "Oh, please, Tina, make it over to Pari, and I hope that they like each other, and I hope that they kiss on the train over the Longfellow Bridge and all that." And so because you're so endearing, it's phenomenal how the show is so viral. It's amazing to me. And I think when you are vulnerable and you aren't afraid to really put yourself out there, that's when you'll be successful in dating.
I agree. And I feel like some people need to, I hate to say, some people need to drink in order to get to the point where neurodiverse people can flourish in dating, where just letting go and doing themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being able to be themselves, like we already are out there, but some
Right.
non-neurodivergent people I know need to at least have one or two drinks. I know also some neurodivergent people who need drinks to do the same thing, but sometimes they just need to be like drinking, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
In order to get to the place that some neurodivergent people can be at.
I don't think you have to be neurodivergent to feel that way.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have to do that or they feel that
Or it's pressure from
from outside.
from the society, I forget what it's called, pressure from social norms and stuff to drink in order to fit in, and it's
Right.
really sad.
Right. Now, so we talked about you being fearless and putting yourself out there and having this confidence whether you feel ready or not, like you said, Perry, you're gonna do it. Like, if you wanna do some kind of, performance art at the train, you're gonna do it.
Yep. It's like, I don't care, like, I literally go on the train in a ball gown, like, I don't care, people could stare and say
Mhm,
whatever they want off, but it makes me happy I'm doing it, you know? It's like,
mhm.
it's not illegal, it's not hurting anyone, so why not? And I've learned, like, even though it's really hard, there's always gonna be some people criticize you or just hate for no reason, but, you know, you really just gotta ignore them, like, block them out, that's what the block button's for. Because at the end of the day, what the way you live your life is up to you, and like what matters most is your own happiness. Like if you spend your whole life worrying about others, you're never going to be happy. So you
Right,
can't worry about what they think. You gotta just live for you.
right. Well, I think you guys, being so young, you have figured out what really matters, and you're having so much fun. And I think that's the best part of this show is that we enjoy seeing you ride the trains together. I mean, these are very simple things that you guys are doing, but you make it exciting. And I think people are missing the boat and they're looking for somebody who checks all these boxes. And it seems like you just find the simple things. What do you guys like to do for fun? Now
Ice
that you found
cream.
Ice
ice
cream,
cream,
rail fanning, riding
right?
the
Real fanning, at least I can still take photos, so
Yeah.
technically it's photography.
It's
Yeah,
very photogenic and colorful. I think it might be the most colorful subway system, definitely, at least in the US, if not the world.
right.
It really is.
What else do we like to do? Get Felipe's,
Oh, yeah. They say, yeah, you said ice cream.
flatbreads, some Union Park Pizza.
Oh, yes.
Those two places have gluten-free and dairy-free options.
I love that they do.
Now, I wonder if you're able to talk about this or if you know, but I'm wondering, do you think that they I know they picked you independently, but do you think they like the idea that you guys were both from Boston?
Mm.
I don't know. I have some theories about maybe they wanted. I don't know if I've told Perry yet. I have some hunches that they going to something that I said on the show in a little bit. I have a hunch that they did not want to put Perry with someone that did not understand parent loss and would not
Oh,
understand her. Because I feel like, for me at least, me and Perry were a perfect match because we understood that. I did not want to be with someone like Tyler or even with Madison or anyone that had living two sides parents.
right.
I think they were looking for the correct moment because they knew how hard Perry's um
Lots.
death was to put her with someone that would understand and would empathize. And as someone who also has lost a dad and some other family members from suicide, I felt like they put the correct person.
Mm,
I don't think Perry would have been happy with anyone else, especially on the spectrum, because we say the darndest things. If it was someone that did not understand the hard things in her life like that.
right,
Do you think that, Perry?
Yeah, definitely would have been. I feel more left out if they had both parents. And if it was like someone neurotypical, they might have less patience in me. Like, I don't want to like stereotype all neurotypicals, but I think with neurodivergence, it's just we're all in this community and they're typically more understanding of your quirks and differences. Like, we just get it somehow. It's like we speak the same language, well, literally, but also even in just the way we stim and have fun and all the things. Like, you just get it.
But I also feel like being around neurodiverse people, even after losing my dad, because I lost him at 13 going on 14.
mm,
Don't remember. My mom says I have my, it might have been 14 to 15, I don't remember. But I knew how brutal the neurodiverse community was to me. I had friends at school who would get so uncomfortable when I wanted to talk about my dad that they would switch the conversation or go to talk about how their dad brought them to a Red Sox game that weekend. I'm like,
mm,
dudes, that's not what I want to hear.
mhm,
I want you to support me.
right,
Why are you not supporting me? I had friends that, so I think I'm glad that they put Perry with someone that understood because I think she might have gotten into situations where the person did not really comprehend what is parent loss
right,
and would have put her into situations where she would have been so uncomfortable that she would not want to be in the room filming.
right,
That's why I was thinking, because I've been through it.
right. And it changes you.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
But I'm glad I'm with her and we can do other things other than talk about parent loss.
Yeah.
But we can also be in the same wavelength. Like, I understand how she feels sometimes, and I know she loves trains, and that helps her.
Mhm. Yeah,
So,
it
but I
does.
feel like it was really important for them to find someone else that understood it, because I don't know if there would be other participants who would have been kind, would have had the filters to be understand what she was going through.
Right, Right. And you're both close with your moms.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And
Oh my God, don't get me started with my stepdad. They met on a dating app. My mom did not want a guy. Guys, if you're on a dating app, please do not put your fish photos out there or fish photos when you go fishing or anything or
oh, like your
any
catfish photos?
no, like you holding up a fish
Oh, I see.
with a rod or even hunting photos. That's not what my mom was looking for. So I just feel like me and her both had a whirlwind. I'm really glad that she found the guy that did not do any of those classical cis man things.
Yeah.
She did not like that. But it's really cool that you can find love either on a TV show like
Right.
me or like my mom who found it on a dating app at I don't know if she wants me to say her age, but she's 60.
Okay.
So you can find love at any age. 60 or 23, 22.
23.
No, 22 was when we met.
Oh, yeah.
And I was 25.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You just need to find love somehow. And I'm really cool that me and my mom have two different experiences. One on screen, the other just meeting meeting on a dating app.
Right. Well, what would your advice be for someone who is struggling looking for love? Be open, would you say? Or is it the energy that you're just like, I'm going to find my person? What do you think really was the magic, the secret sauce for the two of you?
I don't know. I guess neurodivergency
Definitely. That was a big part of it.
Yeah.
and our Spice Cat kitties.
Yes, Spice Cabinet cats
Curry.
and saffron.
They're so adorable, right?
Saffron and curry, keep you
Yes.
guys together.
Well, that might be part of it. And we both were Swifties.
That's such a random
and
answer.
Chapo Rome fan.
You know, lesbians gotta love their cats.
Yeah.
Yes, cat loves
Meow. So like it's so crazy. Literally at work today, sometimes they'll just meow or choo choo or randomly blurt out tea.
Right.
It's like it's how I like express my joy and stuff.
I guess it's Taylor Swift, cats,
And curry.
chaperone.
Yep,
curry.
and trains.
That's so funny. I get a picture every night from Tina of her cat. Multiple
Lots
times.
of people do, and my mom does. It's adorable.
It is adorable. You guys are so adorable.
Thank you.
I love it. And so tell me, so people don't know, but we came together because I am fascinated with everything that has to do with love, obviously. And I was a big fan of the show. And I was really interested and was so excited that 4 of the stars were from Boston. And I had pitched in Boston Magazine. And originally I had pitched James, Pari, and in Cali? Yeah. And then it was James who said, we have to have Shelley. And then so basically how I was brought into your world is that I followed you all on social media, being a fan of the show. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a photographer who has impaired eyes who went to the same school as I did. And so I wrote Tina a DM. What did you think when you got that DM?
I was like, what is this lady doing? Who is she?
What does she want from me?
Yes.
So I said, Tina, just if you have any, call me. And I sent the DM like 2 seconds later. I just hear, hello, this is Tina. What kind of camera do you shoot? And I was like, what kind of camera do you shoot? And I found out Tina has a better camera than me.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Really?
She does. So that was a really fun conversation. And
No, did you like how I think I think photographers sometimes I feel like photographers tend to lead with what do you shoot on?
yes.
Or that was like very photographer like
It was very like she'll call me and say, "Are you editing?" Like it's just funny the things that she says to me. But you were so kind because you connected me to Perry, but I watched you go into supportive girlfriend mode where you're like, okay, this is what the magazine wants. And you were helping me all this
Yeah.
time and that you ended up being on the cover.
Yeah.
And so Shelley and James couldn't make it, but it was great because I said, "We have to have Tina because she's pulled us all together," and that was a very fun experience. We both did so well on that. I loved every minute of it.
Thank you.
W so well, the cover hasn't come out yet, but it's I photographed a lot of celebrities in my life, and most people are very nervous no matter what level of fame, and not you 2. You were singing Glam Train songs
Glam
and
track.
yeah, Glam Track, yeah.
I guess it's our neurodivergency?
Yep, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Because 'cause you're not afraid in front of the camera at all, which is fascinating. So how has your life changed, do you think, from with all the fame?
Sure. Oh my gosh, it is crazy. Like, still a lot of exciting things happening, but I'm just so booked and busy. Like, I don't have a lot of free time. It's more events one after the other, and like getting lots of PR packages and lots of cameos to do. Like, I just feel like more just keep coming, and it's hard to keep up with. Like, people say you need like a manager to help manage your schedule, but basically, it's my mom and I just doing it all together, and she like, takes out her big calendar and literally writes all the things down to help me stay on track because it's, like, too much to remember all in my head.
Right.
I
You
also can't remember anything, a lot of things. Like she just will tell me this is happening.
yes,
I still need to get back to a couple people, like the Prudential Center. They want us to come up one night
Oh, I have
or
more.
someday. There's the Museum of Fine Arts.
Mhm.
That's really cool. We have not done that. I feel really bad. But we also have been at WeHo Pride. We have done some other stuff. We can't say if we're on Love season 4 yet, but just saying our summer has been booked because of Love on the Spectrum.
right, which you never could imagine.
Yes.
But do you dislike any of the fame?
It depends.
Yeah,
For me at least, I came into it already with really loving communities. The
right,
disability community is so loving.
that's
If
right.
you know someone that's toxic, people usually rat them out, which is not a great thing in the disability community. But it's also a great thing because then you know who not to follow. It's
Mhm,
just kind of bittersweet. But I also find that since I was a runner, I am a runner with Achilles International, an all-inclusive running team. I can like the running community, the adaptive running community is so nice, as well as the broader running community. Like they don't tolerate racism, homophobia, fat shaming. If someone fat shames someone, they usually it usually circulates, or you know that runner is doing that or something. But you know who's a safe person in the running community because if you have same mutuals like running
mhm,
friends, then you know they are safe.
yeah,
So it just feels like I've been in very safe communities and I haven't gotten really a lot of hate.
right.
But Perry has had a different situation.
You have, Mary?
Yeah, so for me, well, some came, like, after the show, but a lot was already before, so for me, I'm part of the rail fan community, and
Oh,
not
yeah.
everyone's like this, but unfortunately, a big chunk is known to be, like, very dominant, and it's traditionally thought as a male thing for boys and men to like trains and railroading, and some just have this belief that girls are weird for liking them or shouldn't be into it, or they see one thing out of the ordinary, or someone autistic, they'll, like, go and, like, poke fun at them or just, like, make them feel called out and are really mean, and
Mhm.
I've had some really bad ones on social media, like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, though thankfully, after so much mass reporting and help from so many people tirelessly, we got a lot of them removed or banned, like, finally taken down.
Okay.
But yeah, let's just say some are saying some really nasty things, like, I don't even wanna say,
Yeah.
but I got death threats, my
Wow.
address stalks, all sorts of crazy rumors made up about me, but
Who could make anything up about you?
I
You're so
know. I
sweet.
don't know. Luckily, there's way more love and support, and
Yeah.
the bullying's definitely died down. Like, I'm not saying it's totally gone. Like, I still get just our more general comments on like our posts, or if it's a collab with like the governor or something, people will say like, "You guys are like mentally or something." better weird stuff, but the really bad bullying's definitely been slowing down
Yeah.
thanks to my friends and family have helped, I feel like, scare away some of those really bad bullies. It was really hard for my mental health.
Oh, that's terrible.
I have seen those public ones, like, on Maura Healey's page when we did
Mhm.
collab with her, but for me, I have dealt with so much. If
Yeah.
it has not gotten, I would raise a flag if it got to the point of what happened in 2019, where my ex-friend texted me the C word, which I'm not gonna say on here, and sent me a meme that said, "China doesn't even want you," a mini meme.
What?
And then I tried to report it to my ex-college. They did nothing, and then she must have assaulted me when I was trying to get a restraining order from her. So if it got to that point, I just feel like, for me at least, looking at this hate after dealing with that and racism, I just feel like some of these things are just so silly
Mhm.
or like so trivial that I'm like, this is fine.
Right.
They're just hide your story and block this person and
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah. Right.
So I've learned throughout the years as a BIPOC, person of color, Asian, autistic, disabled person
Wow.
that I just need to have thicker skin than some people.
Right.
And the way I look at, say, homophobic things or homophobic like comments or ableist comments is the same thing as how I look at racist comments. And if it's not getting to the point of threatening myself, I'm
Mhm.
just like, you guys are so silly.
Right.
You think you can hurt me?
Right.
You can't.
Right. Well, I think that's why the being an advocate for others is so important to both of you. And it's because of the struggles that you had. And I came to your speaking event at WGBH, Tina, and I watched the audience when you talked about that teacher who bullied you, about being adopted and how much that hurt you. And I mean, I was like crying in the audience. It was like, it hurt me listening to that story. And how do we make a difference? We educate.
Yes, and as a Asian person of color and in the neurodivergent community, I wished more neurodivergent or the non-neurodivergent people that are BIPOC, I would love to become more involved in other communities other than disability. I would like to bridge the gaps. I just don't know how to do that.
Right. Well, you have a pretty good platform right now, and people are paying a lot of attention to you. And I think that's the great thing about this show is that it's teaching people about being neurodivergent and being on the spectrum and or having a disability. And it's definitely needed and it's important. Well, I think this was excellent. I'm so glad that you guys could come on the show today. I loved having you here. I think all this stuff is so interesting and amazing. And what do you have planned for the fall and things for us to look forward to?
I have no idea.
Yeah, and you also can't spill the tea either. I don't know what you're doing.
Well, I
So,
can't spell certainty, but what I do hope is that I can get, like, hopefully, like, a 4 part-time job with the MBTA as a regular employee, because my internship should be, like, through the end of August, but after that, I gotta see what goes from there,
right.
and I'll probably still more events and stuff. I have a lot of things coming up that I need to figure out, so
Yeah, that's great. Well, we're all cheering for you. And what do you think,
thank
Tina?
I'm just riding the wave with her.
There you go.
Mm.
Ride the rails.
Oh, yeah.
Ride the rails, yeah.
See America.
See
Yeah,
America.
Amtrak, if you're listening, please get on board.
Yeah, get all aboard.
All aboard this gay
All
train.
aboard train.
Do you want to send us off with a song, Barry?
Oh, should I do that one?
Well, sure,
The
whatever.
Amtrak?
Sure,
Or
Or should I do, or the which one?
doesn't matter.
Or the Purple Line train? Maybe, should I do that one?
Whatever one you
or
want.
Charlie and MBTA.
All right, should we both do?
Yeah.
Sure.
What, should we do the whole thing or
Wait,
snip it?
how
Just-
does it start?
Oh, I know.
Let
Let me tell you a story of a man named Charlie on a tragic and fateful day. He put 10 cents in his pocket, kissed his wife and family, went to ride on the MBTA. Well, did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's the man that never returned.
Amazing. That's amazing. I love that.
Thank
So
you.
good.
I think Charlie was the perfect way to end because
Definitely. Because Boston.
Oh yeah, we love me some Boston.
There
We
you
love it.
go. Amazing. Well, thanks for coming on Shot at
You're
Love.
welcome.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
having
you.
us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Oh, it was
It was
great.
a terrific time.
It
It was a
was.
terrific time.
It was terrific.
That's a wrap for Love on the Spectrum on Shot at Love. I want to thank my guests, Tina and Pari, and the Kimpton Marlowe Hotel for hosting us. I hope you had fun and learned a lot about love, and we'll see you next time.